Hi, this is Paul Asbell for the Archtop Foundation, and I'm going to be wrapping up the coverage of these Scott Chinnery Blue Guitar Collection guitars, and with sort of a miscellaneous category. And the first up in the miscellaneous category is this guitar, an Archtop that was built by a guy and gifted to Scott, to be included, he hoped, in the collection. It was not commissioned, but was gifted to him. And it is actually impressive, not so much as a guitar, but in terms of, if you look carefully at the inlay, which is really quite impressive, all up, sort of a tree of life vine sort of thing, all up and down the neck, and echoed with actually a rather nice personalization on the headstock. And actually, the builder is no longer building guitars. Wasn't really a builder to begin with, but he is now in the importing and shell inlay business, and he supplies many builders with these materials. So he's still kind of part of the guitar world for sure. So there's item number one. And now, items number 2 and 3. Are, again, unsolicited, unrequested, but gifted additions to the collection by, I'm guessing that Tommy Hawk is a company rather than an individual who built these. These have the air of not being handmade instruments. And there's a kind of a whimsical quality to them. As you can probably see, this is a banjo, 5-string banjo, with the blue die on the front, and actually I might add on the back, and a mando, although kind of sort of an interestingly sort of a guitar mando, I suppose, and once again by Tommy Hawk, addition to the collection. And finally, there are 2 bottles. Here's one of them. They're identical. There's an interesting story to this. Apparently there was a party, a very wild party, as I guess only Scott Chinnery could have. Scott, I might add, because of the whole nature of the 18-inch guitar with the 1 7/8 inch wide neck, he was a big guy, 6'6", and everything he did was large. Hands, body, kind of generosity, and apparently that applied to parties as well. So this party was a larger-than-life party with all of the builders who were represented in the collection, but also a number of very well-known players. For example, Tal Farlow, jazz guitarist, was there, legendary jazz guitarist. Scotty Moore, the rockabilly guitarist who played with Elvis. G.E. Smith, who probably people remember from Saturday Night Live band. Arlen Roth, who was involved with, among many things, the movie Crossroads. Steve Howe of Yes. And Jimmy Vivino, who played for many years with Conan O'Brien's group, or not his group, but on the TV show. And Johnny Winter actually was the person who performed. So it was a major blowout. At any rate, Linda Manzer made some wine for the event. I suspect there was other wine involved besides Linda's. But at any rate, the plan was to make some blueberry wine. That was her idea. And of course, that would make perfect sense in the context of the blue guitar thing. But I guess that didn't quite come to pass. So she got some white wine and colored it blue, which kind of makes sense, except much like the tops, I don't know if you can really see this, but it is definitely not blue wine any longer. It's green wine, much like the tops of some of the guitars, as a matter of fact. So it's kind of fitting. It kind of speaks to the idea of how unstable the stain was in the first place. It's signed by all of the builders. And I will kind of hold this up at the end just to indicate some of the legendary nature of the attendees of the party. As you probably can see, there's Tal Farlow, and there's Scotty Moore in front, there's Arlen Roth, there is G.E. Smith over to your right-hand side, and a cast of characters for sure.